Hello everyone. In this video I will introduce you our first part of our project is the natural ventilation in SysML. So what we did here at the beginning is this is our SysML file, and we have all the diagrams that we use for recreating natural ventilation in early stages of design and building. And the idea is try to understand how the changes in the design could affect the performance of natural ventilation of every building. At first, I will show you here, we have this explanation about all the applications involved in the process, which are the main goals. It's like our main goal is trying to generate some interoperability experience with SysML and other applications. And you can see here all the applications involved. So our case is in natural ventilated buildings. And in this diagram you can see here is we are trying to generate a parametric approach of that. Is like we trying to get different options of a building in a short period of time. That's the purpose of the parametric side, and we are going to generate analysis using a paramagic and a model center. So you can see here, this is the requirements, the package. You can see here, this is the building block definition diagram of building, and you can see all the parts of the building here, the building stories, the roof, civil spaces. So with this structure we have generated more. You can see here is the package of the envelope, a room, relation between a room, and we have created this internal block definition. They got all the relationships between the different windows and the different spaces of our building. So with that information, with this internal block definitions, and we have also another case for with less windows, we have started to develop this definition in Grasshopper. Grasshopper is, as you know, is a parametric modeling tool that works in the Rhinoceros environment. And what we did here is creating all these instances that we have in our model, all these rooms and windows, and we have created as a geometry here, and plus all the geometry we have generated all the relationships between them. So, and also some of those components are Visual Basic descriptions that you can see here. This is a code that we wrote to generate those entities that can read data from Excel. So the idea is getting this information from Excel. That's the same Excel that we are using for the analysis in SysML and the model center, to recreate the geometry of what we are analyzing. That's the goal of our project, basically. So how does it work? We have this is an instance created using the data of what we have here from SysML and Excel. We have this Excel file with all the relevant data to create our building. For example, the position of the points of the base, global location, numbers of stories, distances, the size of windows, whatever, and all the areas and calculations that we are going to be used for SysML and model center and the paramagic to recreate all this analysis. So where we are going to have an experience about creating this parametric building using this data. So this data is the same that you have in those boxes. So you can change here, and it's going to change the definition here inside. So what we are going to create an instance now that is we are going to see So what we have here in this definition is here, and it comes from this data. For example, you can see here number of building stories is 5, and this is a 5 building. So what we can do here is generating parametric changes of that. For example, we are going to generate a few parametric changes of this. I'm going to change this dimension of the base, and I will increase building stories to 10, and I will also modify the windows. I will reduce the window size to, for example, 8. And after that, you go to the Grasshopper definition and you generate the recomputed solution of that. And now, after the computer is working, you can see in almost real time all those just changes that you created in your instance. So you can see here now that the building got all the changes that I made in the Excel file. So this is still in a ghost. When it's red like this, it's still a ghost. I would say a ghost geometry. So what we do here, if we are like happy with the results of our design on our changes with the parametrically, is we go here and we bake our definitions. We are going to bake this and shade it. We bake the other part of the building. We are going to do a ghost to get this transparency of the windows, and we have now baked our building, and so now it's an instance that we can use, and we can operate on this. We can delete stuff, for example, we delete, and it's just useful geometry. What is interesting about this is that you can have several, as you can see, it's really fast to produce several different instances of your design, and this information that we have here is the same information that is going to feed all the analysis in SysML for natural ventilation.